Good afternoon to everyone in the auditorium and to all of you who are watching across the company. On behalf of the entire leadership team, welcome to our annual red carpet, company-wide, On Point Employee Awards Show. So some of you know I'm Barbara Wall. I'm Chief Legal Officer, and these days I'm also Interim Chief Operating Officer. And today we are honoring exceptional employees. Employees who demonstrate integrity, vision, creativity, commitment to their work, to their teams, and most of all to their company. This is a proud day for them and for us. And as I look out on the many faces in the auditorium, I could not be more proud or more grateful for the efforts of you and your many colleagues in this wonderful company of ours. In fact, today is a particularly special day because our chairman and several of our board members are here to celebrate with us. Joining us are, and please stand, Jeff Lewis, our chair. John Cody is not here. Deb Sandler, our NPRC chair. Don Felsinger, our comp chair. And the one and only Larry Kramer. Okay, now let's welcome Dave Harmon, our Chief People Officer.
Quiet bunch today. Welcome. Hey, so before we kick off the program, I want to remind people that, hey, we are, it's 2019, we're on the cutting edge here. For the first time, you have the opportunity to view this event in 360 video, in addition to the usual way of viewing this. So, for those of you watching from your workspaces or on the go, check your emails today. There's a reminder in there with the link that we sent out this morning. You can watch us in 360. And what I understand, it makes us slimmer as well, so I think it's good. Our MC for this afternoon is the one and only Megan Finnerty. So let's welcome Megan. As you know, Megan is the founder of the Storytellers Project, a nationwide series of live storytelling events from the USA Today Network, and the Storytellers Brand Studio, which provides custom live events and branded content for businesses and nonprofits. We will host more than 100 events this year. Since its founding, more than 80,000 people have been to our shows. So Megan?
Yeah, thanks.
Take it away.
Hi, everyone. So I'm super excited to MC this because I don't have to MC all 100 of those other shows. That's not how Storytellers works. But I'm really excited to be here because this is an incredible time to celebrate our colleagues who have achieved so much. And we say that, the reason you celebrate is because it's so important to take time to look around at the people who are the light for us. They can show us the way. Even when things get hard, they are the people who are inspiring and make us believe in things. And so I truly am so grateful to have been asked to MC this. I am grateful for your time and attention, but mostly I am grateful that to be here and to be watching at home or at your desk, it means that your heart is open to celebrating the people around you. And that is a joyful, wonderful thing. Because sometimes you're just like, that person didn't call me back. And I have 100 emails to send. And so it is a gift to one another that you are here to celebrate the people we're all here to talk about today. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your applause and your enthusiasm and for watching back at your desks. Thank you for being encouraging of your colleagues, because it is one another's encouragement that I know helps us come into work every day. And with that, we are opening the show with an unsung hero, which I think is very cool because you'd think I'd sing, because we're singing these people now. That's a pun. That's a joke. Stay with me, everyone. Lakshmi Bobba is today's first unsung hero, and she's from our product team. As a data engineer, Lakshmi writes code, thousands and thousands and thousands of lines of code, sometimes just to solve one issue. We're going to go to a video to learn more about her.
Lakshmi is a data engineer on our big data products team here in Tysons. She is really the social glue of that team. She's outgoing, a bit silly. She's almost an optimist. She has an endearing nickname for almost everyone. I'm Uncle. And it's impossible to work with Lakshmi and not feel like you're part of a family. At the same time, Lakshmi is highly technical. She has a master's in data science and has been polishing her data engineering skills here at Gannett for the past 3 years. She's also extremely organized and really owns her work. Recently, Lakshmi put all these great abilities to use by taking over the monetization report, an important deliverable for finance and revenue for tracking digital display advertising. Over many years and various corporate changes, this report has become unwieldy and slow. Lakshmi decided to fix this and work directly with our stakeholder, Tim Wolf, to straighten out the rule sets, and then brought this back to our team to optimize the delivery. As a result, the report now runs 20 times faster than it did before, and we can now deliver on a daily and weekly basis what we previously could only do on a monthly basis. It's this kind of walking in our customers' shoes attitude, and combined with the skills to execute on them, that all the while but just being fun to be around, is what makes it so great to work with Lakshmi. She has a fantastic future here at Gannett, and I very much look forward to seeing what else she can accomplish.
Congratulations, Lakshmi. She can't be here today because she is training at Google, where she promises all of our stories will be the number1 hit as soon as she's done. Awesome. I'm supposed to welcome Satish Engard. He's going to be accepting her award. Thank you. You'll make sure this gets to her?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Our first presenters this afternoon are Ali Engel, our Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer, and Alex Meza. He's our Vice President of Corporate Development, and the two will present the Individual Diversity Award finalists.
Thank you, Megan. Good afternoon, everyone. At the core of the company is the belief that workplace diversity, inclusion, and equity are essential to our culture and business success. The individuals who were selected as finalists for our Individual Diversity Award support an environment that includes and supports everyone. Our first finalist is Peter Bhatia, Editor and Vice President, News Detroit Free Press. Peter, please stand. Since arriving at the Free Press about a year and a half ago, Peter set clear priorities for the newsroom for strong journalism and digital innovation. From his first staff meeting in the summer of 2017, he has consistently told the Free Press newsroom that good journalism leads to readership, and their performance has proven it, breaking the 80 million page view threshold in multiple months in the last year. In this short period of time, Peter has become a Detroiter, developing connections among community leaders and strong understanding of the role of Free Press can play in the city's turnaround. Upon arriving at the Free Press, he immediately instituted an internship program that has created a pipeline of talented and diverse journalists for the USA Today network. He quickly made the Free Press a table stakes newsroom, which has been a game changer for Free. Through that one move, Peter has accelerated the newsroom's digital transformation. Their push to be indispensable to their audience and their pursuit of revenue for our newsroom initiatives. Thank you, Peter.
Our second finalist is Catherine Brady, Manager of Strategic Sourcing at Gannett Supply. Catherine has created a formalized, best-in-class minority supplier program for the company, working in part with the National Minority Supplier Development Council. She is passionate about being an ally and is a terrific ambassador for supplier diversity, giving all qualified suppliers an equal opportunity to work with Gannett Supply. As a result of her efforts, more certified minority business enterprises are participating in our RFP processes than ever. Catherine is also a joy to work with and can help anyone with anything. Thank you, Catherine. Our third finalist is Brandon Griffin, Client Success Manager for Treasure Coast. Brandon, please stand. Brandon serves as a key member of the Next Gen Forward Employee Resource Group leadership team, which focuses on our important millennial workforce. As part of that team, Brandon creates a regularly published newsletter while supporting the development of key events featuring speakers such as Susan Cain and Fran Hauser. He's also passionate about ensuring that Next Gen and the other ERGs work together to help each group grow. Thank you, Brandon. And the winner is Catherine Breedy. Catherine couldn't be here today. She's on a safari in Africa. I know she's very disappointed. But accepting this award on her behalf is the wonderful LaGuardia Myers, and LaGuardia, I think, has a few words to say on Catherine's behalf.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, Catherine is apologetic that she cannot be here, but she's super excited for the nomination for sure. And in the event she won, she did ask me to provide a few words. I am deeply humbled by this award. Being nominated was a huge honor, and with the team, I will grow the Gannett Supply Diversity Program to the best of my ability. Having the support of a terrific team has made all the difference, and I want to thank my manager, Doug Steele, and program teammates, Uzi, Keith, and Sam, for all of your ideas, research, and support. I couldn't have done it without you. I look forward to connecting with the other honorees. Job well done. We're all advancing diversity for Gannett. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next unsung hero is Mary Bowerman, the USA Today Network's social media editor. Her nominator said Mary is the glue that holds the USA Today Network and newsroom together in so many ways. Let's go to the video.
Mary Bowerman is not an unsung hero. She is a sung hero because I'm singing her praises every day. She has this wonderful network that I believe is kind of the foundation of our network. And she has awesome relationships in USA Today in the newsroom, across the company, up and down, and she's able to use those relationships because she has such a collaborative, friendly nature, and everybody that's worked with her knows that. And she's got a smile for everybody when they walk in the door, and she actually works remotely these days, but I can see her on our Zoom in the hub, and every day when I come in, I can still wave at her and say, "Hey, Mary," and she's, "Hey" to everybody. They're always so glad to see her, and they know that when she's on top of something and we know that Mary's got it, she's really got it. And she's able to really move us forward on social in a way that we hadn't done until she stepped into the role that she's in. So she is a sung hero. Mary Bowerman, great job.
Congratulations, Mary. Mary is not here today, and we will hang on to her award. She didn't feel well, and so I hope you're tuning in at home, or I hope you're napping. Feel better. And congratulations. Now we're going to introduce our Unit Diversity Award finalists is none other than Dave Harmon is coming back up.
So we have two finalists this year. The first is GPS Recruiting. And Jack Saunders, who heads up GPS, could not be with us today, but Sid Vernon, Tom Kelly, and Sarah Kingsley are all here today. So Sid is our Manager of Talent Acquisition for GPS. If you could please stand up, Sid. He'll be signing autographs later. Gannett Publishing Services last year did a remarkable job of accelerating hiring, especially our part-time positions, in part by working with the local staff and also the human resource business partners. Together, they orchestrated local hiring events and handed out flyers in ethnically diverse communities such as unemployment agencies, community centers, and even laundromats. Last year, they made 371 full-time hires and 815 part-time hires. 50% of these were female and 63% were people of color, far exceeding our diversity benchmark. Job well done. Outstanding. Our second great finalist is Client Solutions, and representing that team are Tracy Sislin, our Director of Client Solutions, and Tiffany Johnson, our Director of Branded Content, Product, and Operations for National Sales. Please stand. This team has collaborated with the newsroom and the product team to build editorial opportunities that have generated engagement and audience effectively monetize these projects across the system. The amount of sold editorial sponsorships increased by 92% from 2017 to 2018. And that momentum continued through 2018 with projects such as 1968, USA and Maine, Military Kind, and 50 States. Great job. And the winner is GPS Recruiting. So Sid, Sarah, and Tom, congratulations.
The Gannett Publishing Services Division is honored to accept this award on behalf of our over 4,500 employees across the country. We have worked extremely hard over the past 3 years to create an environment that is welcoming and a culture that speaks to the most important resource, which is our diverse workforce. The different backgrounds, cultures, and skills of our workers within our operations and distribution facilities bring a collective strength to our organization.
As Dave said, Jack Saunders couldn't be here. He's in a pub in Dublin as we speak, so he's in a much better place than we all are. But Jack asked me to just share his thoughts. He's very proud of our team and the tremendous effort that they put in each and every day on improving diversity and providing quality products and services to our team. And just a shout out to Sid. He's been awesome to work with. He's unbelievable with the team efforts that he puts forth to make this all happen. And this really is, I think, a reflection of Sid's work than anybody else. So thank you, Sid.
Thank you, Tom. So over the past few years, we have seen a significant increase in women, minorities, veterans, and retirees joining our workforce, taking on overnight opportunities to manage their work-life balance and free up their days to schedule a meeting, a medical exam, attend a PTA meeting, or an additional task that a normal 9-to-5 work schedule limits them to. Gannett Publishing Services looks forward to continuing to have an impact in this area, beginning with the GPS Diversity Dream Big ad campaign and video launch in May 20th in your local newspapers, USA Today, and social media sites. This will assist us in continuing to build upon the strong relationships that we have forged with diverse organizations throughout the communities we serve. Thank you.
Congratulations! Our next unsung hero is Jim Cole. He's a senior system architect. Jim, one of your nominators said, all roads do not just lead to Rome, they lead to Jim Cole, which sounds very busy. Your knowledge, they said, of the company's infrastructure is simply amazing, and combined with your dedication and humor, it all makes for a powerful combination. What an incredible recommendation. We'll learn more right here on our video.
We're proud to have Jim Cole and our team representing technology and receiving the Unsung Hero Award. Jim is one of the guys who usually works behind the scenes in infrastructure services, making sure that the VMs are always running, the storage array disks are always spinning, and since he works in McLaughlin, that the Wi-Fi at headquarters is always working with a strong signal. He's always there when you need him, day or night. No matter what the task, he will take it on with professionalism and attention to detail, even when the project falls outside of his normal job responsibilities. I think of Jim as a juggler. He can have 5 or 6 different things up in the air Something new comes along, whether it's a bowling pin or a knife or a flaming baton or even a chainsaw, Jim handles it with ease. He gets the job done on time, and he never seems to drop anything. Jim has been a major contributor over the past couple years in helping Gannett consolidate down the footprints of our owned and operated data centers, including migrating out of the Virginia and downtown Phoenix data centers and consolidating space in the Maryland Operations Center. I'm proud to work on the same team as Jim, and I'm grateful for the award that has been bestowed upon him.
Congratulations. I hope all those were metaphors.
They were.
Okay, thank you. Introducing our Impact finalists are Kevin Gensel. He's the president of USA Today Network Marketing Solutions. Chris Barton, who is our chief product officer. Maribel Wadsworth, president of the USA Today Network and publisher of USA Today. And Amber Allman, our vice president of corporate events and communications.
Thanks, Megan. Our first finalist is Ryan Grothaus, Director, API Services. Please stand, Ryan. Now, some of you might have seen the movie Avengers, and one of the characters in there is I am Groot. Well, Grothaus isn't exactly Groot, but Groot, he has one phrase, I am Groot, that's all he says. Well, for Ryan, it's API. That's what he says about everything. Ryan came up with the idea of building a new back-end API to house all our content using an open source technology called GraphQL. With the previous system, we were unable to prioritize much needed changes to our consumer products because how long it took to introduce new data types into our system and our back end. Today, the Content API, or CAPI as we call it, saves money, speeds new features to market, and helps performance, all in all, to enable us to move much, much faster to market. Great job, Ryan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our second finalist is Alan Jones, Vice President, Local Metros, Iowa and Missouri. Please stand, Alan. Alan's leadership shines the strongest in the midst of change. He helped to transform the sales organization from a local selling perspective to a regional structure. And he did this by transitioning from leading the Springfield, Missouri team to becoming the Vice President of Sales in the Metro Midwest Division of Missouri and Iowa. His enthusiasm for bringing the team together motivated both Missouri and Iowa teams to see the bigger opportunity in the region and work together for one goal, growing our business through local IQ. For example, he guided his team successfully to take an agency-like approach to a partnership with a client, FFO, highlighting the services and the caliber of the work that we can provide clients through local IQ. This was a huge win for us, and this smart approach is now driving other large opportunities across multiple markets, including markets where we do not drop a newspaper. Alan is a true innovator, and his smart solution that uses first-party data synchronized across direct mail, email, and our owned and operated digital media is a great example. I got to spend time with Alan last week in Des Moines, and Alan, my brain is still racing with excitement on how we can roll out the smart solution more broadly across the organization. Thank you, Alan.
Our next finalist is Holly Moore, Network Planning Director for USA Today. Holly, will you please stand? Holly is a difference maker and a problem solver, not only at USA Today, but across the news network as she coordinates planning efforts and communicates coverage plans across the country. At the same time, she oversees much of the trending and breaking news done by our Now teams. Importantly, she understands our growth and audience goals and proactively seeks to connect the dots for her colleagues. Her positivity is contagious. She focuses on what can be accomplished rather than what stands in the way. And behind that smile is a laser focus on driving results. Thank you, Holly.
And our fourth finalist, Stephanie Takat, please stand. She's our Director of PR. So Stephanie has played a big role in changing perception about our brand among the advertising community. She consistently finds new ways to tell our story and get us in front of new brands and marketers. Whether it's creatively telling our story to key media targets or partnering with the biggest ad trades for events in our New York office space, her efforts have helped fuel our sales team. In fact, national sales credit Stephanie's successes for helping their year-over-year growth. She also continued to showcase our innovations and emerging technology, which helped drive recognition as one of Fast Company's most innovative companies of 2019. Congratulations, Stephanie. And the winner is Alan Jones. Congratulations.
Based on Holly's reception, I almost want to bring you up here with me. Maybe I'll get more cheers. I appreciate what Kevin had to say, and a lot of that highlights a few of the words I'm going to say today. Number one is that I've never accomplished anything of significance on my own. I don't think anyone in this room has accomplished anything of real significance on their own. It's all about the team. And we're privileged and blessed to be able to lead great teams and individuals and have these individuals around us. Perhaps the most powerful quality that any of us possess is the power to believe. I'm fortunate within Missouri and Iowa, within my leadership group, within my direct superior, within our support network that we have, to be surrounded by these individuals who possess this immense quality of belief and abundance. And it's through that quality of belief that we're able to pursue our goals and never relent against those goals and to eventually achieve them. For instance, last thing I'll say is that the SMART solution that Kevin alluded to, if anyone that was in the room will know this, that actually stands for the initials of the individuals who helped develop that solution. It just turned out that it worked out to be SMART. So I don't stand here alone. I stand here with my team, for my team, and this award goes to them. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next unsung hero is actually another team. This is the GPS customer service team from Fort Myers. Put yourself in our customer's shoes is literally the motto above the employee entrance at the door at the News Press in Fort Myers. And these three women that we're about to meet take it to heart every day. They take on the big, the bold, the nasty, the frustrated. God bless. They exhibit strength and vision, and I'm sure a lot of composure, in finding answers to building relationships with our customers. And because they work closely with all the team members throughout the GPS distribution groups in Florida, including our USA Today partners, service stops have decreased year over year, poor service repeat complaints have diminished, subscribers and other employees now praise their experience with any one of these women. Let's learn more in the video.
I never hesitated when I saw the opportunity for the Unsung Hero nomination. And these ladies, Madeline and Eileen and Maritza, they walk through the building doors every morning knowing that they're going to touch a life. No matter what it is, they are able to listen, to research, to communicate, and to resolve everything that comes their way. With their attitude and their passion, we have success every single day in our department, and it's a pleasure to work with them.
That team is incredible. They are superheroes here in our newsroom, in our building, but they're successful because they're very urgent and they're very kind and polite and willing to do just about anything that we throw at them in terms of customer service. And that is so important these days when we're trying to retain our customers.
Ladies, we say thank you, and we appreciate everything that you bring to the table every single day and how you touch lives and you make a difference. So together as a team, they make amazing things happen.
Come on up. Congratulations. Thank you. You guys can line up. Thank you. Congratulations. You all can just wave. Bask in the glow. Thank you so much. What an example they set for us. Now, to introduce our innovation finalists are Chris Barton and Maribel Wadsworth.
Thanks, Megan. Our first finalist is the digital storytelling team led by Reed Williams. Reed, will you please stand? The Storytelling Studio developed a new in-depth framework for telling our best stories, which enables our newsrooms to create more engaging, impactful presentations for consumers. Metrics from the approximately 250 stories built using this framework so far are very promising, with stories averaging 6 times the average engaged time for a standard article template. In addition, the studio deployed new content fronts tied to sponsors for USA in Maine, 50 states, and in the works now, USA Today at Home. This collaboration with advertising has resulted in innovative solutions for our clients and helped to drive revenue. Thank you, Reed, and the entire Storytelling Studio.
Our second finalist is Katja Hausman, Vice President of Product Management at Reach Local. Katja has been the leading force behind the game-changing sales tool, Local IQ Grader. This tool enables us to understand digital presence and strategy of local businesses, which in turn enables our sales teams to be experts with our customers from the get-go. It gives them really the insights that they need to do their jobs more effectively. The tool allows us to build a very effective product mix recommendation with creative solutions, best designed for the customer's specific needs and budgets. In the early days of building and iterating the tool, Katja put herself in the shoes of the sales teams, and our customers would often know the enhancements, and she would often know the enhancements before they were even asked for. In fact, if you talk to anyone in the sales field, you would notice she was out meeting with them, talking with them regularly, really making sure she understood what the needs were. Today, with this tool, we're able to speed up the sales cycle and close sales more quickly. Fantastic job, Katja.
What a privilege to be considered a part of Gannett's innovation success. Well, innovation is not something that you do on your own. Its core is in creative collaboration. So thank you to all of you who contributed. I couldn't have done it on my own. So I am receiving this award on behalf of all of you. Rockstar Local IQ Grader team, Mohsin, Sima, Prasad, Jared, Irina, Igor, Connie, her team of data science wizards, Raj, Anthony, Brad, and John Camarada for your early inspirations and prototype. Chris, Kevin, Josh, thank you for all your endless support and trust with the investment. And all the teams, product, sales operations, product marketing, all of our beta users, sellers, our biggest critics and supporters, everyone who's been taking time to give us feedback. You're all winners in this innovation process. It's been truly a wonderful experience.
In case you didn't pick up on that, Katja was the winner. So thanks to Katja. Receiving the award on her behalf, Katja is not with us today. She was on a pre-planned trip, but her manager, Josh Markham's here to come accept the award for her. Good job, Katja and the team. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next unsung hero is Meredith Hagen. She's the Director of Events Marketing for Corporate Events and Communications, and she has been everywhere today. Her nominator says that whether she's given 3 weeks or 3 months to execute an event, Meredith makes it the best possible experience. And she's incredibly talented because she sees the whole picture, not just the parts, and she does her job with grace and a lot of patience if you've ever planned a live event or a wedding or a birthday party. Can you imagine Meredith's job? So we'll learn more about what she does in our video.
Meredith heads up our corporate events team, and that could be putting on events, anything from an employee town hall, to the award show that you're all experiencing right now, to a Cline event, or even to how we represent ourselves at industry events like the Consumer Electronics Show, South by Southwest, or Advertising Week. I have never known somebody who's been such a consummate professional and has had the immense amount of patience that Meredith does. It takes amazing patience to do her job. Just imagine cat herding all of the pieces of every detail of an event, sometimes numerous events at one time, and managing the needs, the changing needs of executives, customers, clients, partners, everything you can imagine. She does it with a smile. Over the past few years, I think Meredith has led her team to really reinvent the way that this team works for the company. So not only have they done employee events, client events, or how we represent ourselves at industry events, but they have been able to actually drive revenue for the company. So they've been able to create series of events for clients like Wells Fargo, and she also has been able to execute our brand in ways that are really unexpected. So we had been an industry leader in virtual reality and created an event called Story Next, and that also drove revenue with different partners. Trust her. Meredith knows what she's doing. She's always 5 steps ahead. She's an absolute perfectionist, and she's a lot of fun.
Meredith, come on up! Congratulations! Awesome. Literally, she has been everywhere today, and she's still in heels. Like, this woman does it all. Now presenting our individual purpose awards are Maribel Wadsworth and Kevin Gensel.
Great, thanks, Megan. Our first finalist is Tova Olson, Manager of Content Strategy on our Business Intelligence team. Tova, will you please stand? In the space of a little more than 2 years, Tova has gone from overseeing Lansing's team of producers to leading our content strategy efforts for Detroit and now Cincinnati, 2 of our largest markets. In addition, she also leads the eastern part of the team through 5 other content strategy analysts based around the network. Her work on data-driven decision-making has helped Detroit journalists focus on the work that matters in their communities, and Detroit's results prove it. Over a 2-year period, Detroit article page views have grown by an average of 1.5% a month, a 2-year trended growth average of 40%. Well done, Tova.
Our second finalist is Esty Cross, Vice President of East Coast Sales. Yes, please. Esty has led her team to incredible revenue growth and success. She leads with passion and always with purpose. And her work as the creator and leader of Gannett's only non-Washington, D.C. Tyson's chapter of Women Forward in 2018 is just one example of this. Women Forward New York was launched as a growth and development center for USA Today Network's female employees. And in less than a year, Esty helped grow the chapter to nearly 100 members, including participation of nearby colleagues in Westchester, Bergen, and Asbury Park. As the chairperson, Esty worked closely with the Women Forward New York team to successfully execute multiple events in 2018, including an employee-only networking event where attendees learned how to work the room, several fundraising drives in partnership with Dress for Success, I remember that one, Operation Backpack, and Toys for Tots, and finally a media industry event and panel that included C-suite leaders. We couldn't be prouder of the success Esty has had over these past 3 years, and we're so appreciative of the impact she makes across the national sales team every single day. In our New York City office, Esty is known as our culture czar. From celebrating birthdays to celebrating promotions to, very importantly, celebrating wins, you can bet that Esty is at the center of the excitement, leading the way. The envelope, please. And the winner is Esty Cross.
Thanks, everyone. To be recognized in this way is a really big honor, and to be nominated with Tova Olsen is very thrilling, and I just got to know her a bit, and congratulations on your nomination. Being the Culture Czar is a title that I think I need to add to my business card, but also that I take very seriously, because the reason why we love to come to the office is the people and our environment. And so when there was an opportunity to create a conversation that stressed equality and networking skills and really elevated the opportunity for all of the women in our area to succeed within Gannett, just couldn't miss that opportunity, and I was very compelled to start it. But there are many people that are involved in the success that we had last year, and if you will bear with me, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you first and foremost to Kevin and Michael Kuntz for your support and your mentorship. Your leadership inspires me every day. Thank you to Maribel for being open to expanding Women Forward into New York City and letting us run with it. And to all the amazing women and men who are a part of the New York City chapter across New York's office, across Westchester, Bergen, Asbury. We're so pleased that we have so many people across so many different teams. Thank you for taking your ideas and turning them into fundraisers and events and ideas, and just the opportunity to create our future leaders. We look forward to continued success. Thank you.
Congratulations, Esty. Our next unsung hero is Josh Hunter, and he's a principal business intelligence analyst. Josh has been described as an expert in all that he does, which sounds like a very important person to know. He's someone who works seamlessly with the stakeholders he supports, and they say he brings a voice of reason and accuracy to showcase everyone the right path forward. He is a collaborator, a partner, and a true behind-the-scenes engine that his nominators say fuel many of the decisions that the entire organization makes. We'll learn more in our video.
I think Josh deserves the Unsung Hero Award because when I think of that word, there's no one else I could picture. I think Josh just likes to help people. I think if he can provide a piece of data, but more importantly, context and recommendations to help people do their jobs better or be more successful, that's the thing I think that Josh really enjoys. Josh's day-to-day really in the last 2 years has transitioned to be a primary support for the consumer marketing organization. We're now over 530,000 digital subscribers, which was a huge accomplishment for the company, and Josh played an integral role in helping do a lot of the analysis and provide a lot of tactics and recommendations on how to grow that number even more rapidly. The thing that Josh loves the most is making beer, and he is fantastic at it. He even got me, a non-beer drinker, to like beer. Especially when he makes it. He uses all of us as guinea pigs to try out his new beer, and as typical as Josh is, this is how he kind of approaches his work. It's never good enough, it's never perfect.
Thank you. Congratulations. And you're supplying all the beer at the party, right? That's you? Okay. Now presenting our Unit Purpose Award finalists, our CMO, Andy Yost and Amber Allman.
Okay, our first Unit Purpose finalist is the News Press. Representing News Press is Cindy McCurry Ross, Regional Editor, Executive Editor of the News Press, Fort Myers. Please stand, Cindy. So by midsummer 2018, local beaches in Southwest Florida were littered with dead sea turtles, dolphins, and a massive whale shark. Southwest Florida had been battered by a double whammy of toxic red tide and blue-green algae blooms, which sparked health risks, drove away tourists, and depressed home sales. The News Press, with help from the team in Naples, decided to get to the root of the causes. They sent a team of journalists to the headwaters of the Everglades to embark on a 9-day paddling journey where they talked with ranches, tour guides, fishermen, and people who live in houseboats along the river. That trip inspired the News Press Press's second Save Our Water Summit to share findings and bring together scientists, environmentalists, and to educate the community and talk about solutions.
Our second unit purpose finalist is the Tennessean. The Tennessean editorial board launched the Civility Tennessee campaign to encourage, promote, and practice civil discourse in the Nashville area and beyond after witnessing the growing toxic polarity that had emerged after the 2016 presidential election. Through a series of monthly, well-read thought pieces, live video interviews, and in-real-life events with partnering institutions, the campaign became an enormously successful public service effort that transformed the way consumers viewed the role of local media, built audiences, and grew trust among segments of the community who had become skeptical of media organizations' intentions and biases. The effort was so successful, and at the request of statewide government, business, and nonprofit leaders, the editorial board agreed to extend the campaign. This has truly transformed opinion journalism. The University of Texas at Austin Center for Media Engagement included the campaign as a case study in its Making Strangers Less Strange report. The American Press Institute has also taken an interest in the project and is asked to showcase the Civility Tennessee campaign at an upcoming summit as an example of what future opinion journalism might look like. The Civility Tennessee campaign was led by David Plazas, Opinion and Engagement Director, with the full support of Michael Anastasi, who is here today, and Executive Editor Maria Devereen. Terrific effort, and thank you all. The envelope, please.
Don't rip it, my cat's
And the winner is the Unit Purpose Award goes to the Tennessean. And Michael will accept on behalf. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And when you know it, my notes disappeared as I walked up here. All right, that's all right. First of all, I want to acknowledge my partner, Cindy McCurry-Ross. This week is actually, it's been a year since we've worked as partners in running the Florida-Tennessee region, so it's really cool that we were able to be here today. I also want to recognize and thank David Plazas, who's done the lion's share of work, but also Maria Devereen and the entire staff of the Tennessean that's really been all in on this initiative. What is Civility Tennessee? You heard a little bit about it. You can read about it at Tennessean.com in detail, of course, but really it's a playbook to help our communities that are increasingly polarized, to connect, act, and thrive. That's what we do. That's what this initiative has been doing, not only throughout the state, but David Plazas is not here today because he accepted a prior engagement to speak in Minneapolis, where he's meeting with state leaders of Minnesota and helping them launch Civility Minnesota. So on behalf of our whole team, thank you very much.
Congratulations, that is so inspiring. Our next unsung hero is Chasity Lapa. She's the Custom Solutions Team Lead at Reach Local. In addition to her own challenging book of high-level accounts, Chasity also helps others in her sales team sell products better. She's often seen working nights and weekends, which her bosses say they apologize for, to ensure the success of not only clients, but the entire company. We'll learn more in the video.
Chasity is one of the hardest working people I know, inside or outside of our company. She will move mountains to get things done. She's available late hours, early morning, you name it. Having worked with Chasity on a number of advertisers over the years, I trust her implicitly with my campaigns. She is willing to help and goes out of her way to make herself accessible. We consider her an honorary Canadian. Chasity will figure it out, no matter the size, scope, or the difficulty. She's thorough, knowledgeable, and is always willing to help.
Chasity is a brilliant example of leader, colleague, and ultimate unsung hero.
It is an honor to work under her, and she is a perfect example of a selfless leader that puts others first and truly cares about the success of those that work around her.
Even with her jam-packed schedule, she goes above and beyond by mentoring me daily. I am very fortunate to have Chasity to look up to.
Without accolades or recognition, she delivers. She delivered last month, She delivered last week, she delivered yesterday, she delivers today, and she's gonna deliver tomorrow and on. Chasity, the Unsung Hero Award is definitely deserved. Congratulations.
Come on up! Congratulations!
So much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now presenting the Leadership Award finalists are Chris, Kevin, and Maribel.
Our first finalist is Joanna Caballero, Delivery Director for Sweet IQ. Joanna, please stand. Joanna manages the engineering resources for the Sweet IQ team, which launched enhancements to our listing and review management offering, as well as our new store locator solution, which helps businesses maintain their local online presence. No matter how big the challenge, Joanna always finds the positive and works tirelessly to help her team achieve their goals. She fosters an environment of inclusion, bringing out the best in her teams, and she has a knack for bringing teams together to overcome obstacles, and she's quick to recognize accomplishments of others regardless of their team. Thank you, Joanna.
Our second finalist is Chris Kilgora, Senior Director, Client Services for Reach Local and Gannett Local. Stand up, Chris. Okay, one of your nominators said, Chris is the manager you want to have. He knocks out problems like a heavyweight champion. He's extremely knowledgeable in Google Analytics and is a total wizard on the phone with sales and clients. Due to his experience in both sales and services, he has been able to bring both sides together. Chris's most important talent is his ability to build and lead a high-performing team. At one point, Chris had 28 direct reports, which, by the way, is a practice I do not recommend. Each and every one of them, though, would tell you that they felt they were part of a winning team and that they received as much attention and coaching from their leader as they had previously in their careers. A review of even the most recent employee engagement, Dave, Glint, scores across the client success team were the highest for empowerment, feedback, belonging, recognition, and his team's desire to be recommend Gannett as a great place to work. How awesome is that? This has resulted in very low turnover and a great client experience. Chris extends this drive beyond the confines of his own team and role and is often asked to contribute pre-sale and during closing meetings. It's never a question of whether he's willing to help, only a question of whether there are enough hours in the day for Chris to jump in and support wherever he can add value. Thank you for all that you do.
Congratulations to Joanna and Chris. Our next finalist is Silas Lyons, Executive Editor of the Reading Record Searchlight. Silas, would you please stand? The Reading Record Searchlight lost power on July 26, 3 days after the car fire jumped the Sacramento River and swept from Whiskeytown into Reading. Even as the 11-person newsroom evacuated, they filed updates on the approaching disaster. Staffers doubled up in safe places. Silas checked his family into a hotel and logged back in to edit stories and direct his team on the ground. They published the paper via a plant in Chico, and just after midnight, Silas sent this note. This really was a Herculean effort under very tough conditions. Hugely important that we publish tomorrow. The community needs that. For the next week, reporters and editors slept on the newsroom floor or scattered in hotels or homes and apartments outside of the evacuation zone. Journalists from our newsrooms in Reno, Salem, Palm Springs, Ventura, Salinas, Visalia, Phoenix, and USA Today, we might be a network, guys, jumped in to support the coverage, either on the ground or virtually. Silas and his team rose to the challenge again in September when another catastrophic fire destroyed the nearby town of Paradise. The newsroom's coverage produced an upswell of respect for the Reading Record Searchlight in California, but that respect had long been earned in Reading, a community where Silas leads by example through his team's commitment to stories that matter locally and through the columns he writes to connect with readers and to explain journalism's vital role. Thank you, Silas. In the envelope, have my hat ready. Silas Lyons, congratulations.
I was either going to pull out my notes or a pack of gum, so I'm glad I got the right one here. Thank you so much. It's so humbling to be here with in the company that I'm in. Just getting to know Chris and Joanna a minute ago. I mean, what a wonderful effort and what leadership. You could say a lot about the power of teamwork, but I've got to tell you, I really am here as a proxy for the folks that are watching in Reading, and hi guys, appreciate that. They are an incredible team, and I would not have picked anybody else to be shoulder to shoulder with during some pretty dark hours for our community. Last year was certainly the most emotional and exhausting of my career. It also was the most inspiring. And I want to say thank you to the people I learned from every day and that I had the pleasure of working with and the privilege of working with through all this. David Benda, Elena Schulman, Mike Chapman, Amber Sandu is no longer with us, but is with us in spirit as a team. Well, she's here in DC, actually. I made it sound like she's dead. She's not. Damon Arthur, Jessica Skropanich, Jim Schultz, who earned his retirement in December, Matt Brannon, Hung Vu, who's a freelancer but is just an amazing photographer, Michelle Chandler, and my personal hero, Jenny Espino, who is the leader in the room and was out at 3 o'clock in the morning the night before this thing hit Reading, warning people as really sort of, you think about the Old Town Crier, she was kind of our Paul Revere. She's an incredible leader. I just want to thank all of the folks who I work for and with all the time, who provide incredible support and did through all of this. And just one final thought, this network really works, so let's keep it together.
Congratulations, Silas. And to Reading, if you're watching at home, the room stood for Silas, and please know that we were standing for you. Our next unsung hero is Mandy Lesshafft, our project manager in client solutions and marketing solutions. Mandy was nominated for her groundbreaking work on the Blue Cross Blue Shield custom sponsorship that spans across the entire network. Mandy not only jumped in, but she led the way, creating best practices and forging relationships across the company as she went. So we're going to learn more about her in the video.
We're so lucky to have Mandy on our client solutions team. She's always focused on getting the job done with the utmost quality. Anyone who knows Mandy is familiar with her spunk and high energy. It's so infectious. Her positivity allows teams to work together seamlessly and launch challenging programs with a sense of pride. Her extensive knowledge of the USA Today network and her ability to pick up new information quickly as she helps people along the way makes her such a valuable member of our team.
From the beginning, she was just amazing. She has a way with clients. She really makes them feel comfortable. And then she also is so buttoned up and thorough in managing her campaigns. These are all editorial sponsorships. They're very complex. She has a great way with our sales teams, and so because of that, she's been really successful. It's hard not to love Mandy. She's charming, thoughtful, and so buttoned up with the details that come along with these complex national sponsorships. She really excels at her job. And for that, she's my unsung hero. Mandy, thank you. We in Cline Solutions appreciate you so much. Cheers.
Congratulations. Thank you. Next up are our Divisional Awards, which celebrate the one person within each division who best represents the accomplishments of each group. These people have been called bold and dedicated, innovative, and selfless by their nominators, and they get results. Each division head will present the award to his or her winner. And before that, though, we are going to celebrate another unsung hero. Kassie McLaughlin is the manager of branded content partnerships for national sales. Kassie rises to every occasion with her deep knowledge of branded content and far more, combined with an attitude of focused, can-do work wherever and whenever she's needed. She makes valuable contributions to the Chicago, Detroit, and Atlanta teams on every single program pitched, and she personally helped drive more than $5 million in sales. So thanks. That's very important. We appreciate it. We'll learn more in the video.
Kassie is a tremendously dynamic team member and an individual. We're thrilled to have her be a part of the team. Her expertise in her role and her very approachable demeanor makes her a favorite of all of our team members and our clients. Kassie really pours all of her heart into everything she does. It comes very naturally for her to pull people together, to share ideas, listen to ideas, take feedback. She really is a talent in that she has the ability to kind of assess where the group's going, but also at the same time, she has the ability to raise her hand and voice a different opinion. It really does take a large group of folks to make big projects and big programs work these days. And if you look at the programs she's been a part of, the many hats she has to wear, the work she's doing behind the scenes to make everything work continuously is incredibly impressive. We love Kassie very much here in Chicago and want to congratulate her for being an unsung hero at Gannett.
Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you. Got it. And she's got great hands, ladies and gentlemen. Our Consumer Division Awards will be presented by Maribel.
Great. Okay. So the first consumer winner is Jessica Davis, Director of Digital Operations at our Digital Optimization team. Jessica, will you please stand? Jessica sees the big picture and has the chops to drive execution. She brings the full force of the digital optimization teams to life, helping to grow digital readership at scores of sites. Communities across the country benefit from Jessica's leadership. She and the DOT team have helped local newsrooms swarm huge stories, providing a depth and breadth of coverage they might not otherwise have had. Here is a comment from Silas, coincidentally, after the California wildfires. A special shout out to our friends and colleagues at the Western DOT, most of whom we've never met in person. You all are the grooviest. Thanks for making the coverage sparkle and connecting it to an audience. The digital optimization team's focus on engagement has paid off. The sites supported by the DOT consistently show engagement metrics stronger than other local markets. Jessica's one more page view mantra is working. And DOT sites also consistently drive more and more of the audience to our subscription paywalls. Jessica's driving strong business results, and importantly, she is also focused on how to help her team add new skills and grow their careers. Jessica, please come up.
Thank you so much. This is such an honor. And it's been a year, actually, since we created the DOT, is what we call the Digital Optimization Team. And now we partner with 72 newsrooms in the network. And we're helping them, as Maribel said, drive audience and subscriptions. We've achieved incredible results in such a short time span. And we've learned so much along the way. And it really, I'm so proud, Maribel mentioned it, but the engagement metric that we're driving more views per visit, we're just so laser focused on that, and it's great that we're driving that result. And the producers themselves represent one of the most diverse teams in the network. That's something that was a goal of ours when we created this team from scratch. And, it's just so great. Their diverse backgrounds, experience levels, and skill sets just have contributed to that growth. But we're only successful thanks to the partnership with the newsrooms. And I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity to thank those newsroom leaders. Thank you for all of your support. Honestly, it's been a lot of phone calls and emails and Teams meetings. Couldn't have done it without you. And especially want to thank Tallahassee for working with us on the big breaking news, including Hurricane Michael. We worked around the clock. Silas and the Reading team on the destructive California wildfires. We felt like we were right there with you, even though, yes, today's the day we met first in person. Lansing, we're working on incredible, important journalism together. El Paso, we're so proud of the work we're doing on the Beto O'Rourke 2020 campaign. You're so inclusive. Thank you for bringing us into your coverage. We're driving great results there all the way, all parts of the funnel, including converting readers into subscribers. And finally, thank you to those groovy dot producers and managers. You're a great team. I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much.
Our next Divisional Award recipient is Craig Hawley. Craig is the Senior Director for National Product Sales and Shared Services in our Consumer Sales and Marketing Department. Craig, will you please stand? Craig is a solid leader who is strategic and results-focused. He consistently works across departments to implement important organizational changes and build teams to accomplish our goals. Last year, Craig took on additional responsibility in all support operations. Channel management, reporting, and analysis were all centralized under his leadership. Additionally, Craig designed and executed a single copy price increase that resulted in a nearly $2.5 million improvement to budget while delivering better than expected circulation volumes both weekdays and Sunday. Craig's knowledge, leadership, and professionalism sets a high bar. He is the epitome of a get-it-done leader. Craig, great job.
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Maribel, for the recognition. Thanks to my esteemed leader, Jerry Hill, for the opportunities and the leadership along the way, to my peers that I work with every day that make life interesting as we try to sell all the newspapers that make this network move on the print side. So it's exciting. And most importantly, thanks to my team. We've got about 70 people spread across this country that are doing all the hard work, rarely getting the recognition that they deserve because they're nose to the grindstone and getting it done every day to make the machine work and to bring in all that revenue that helps us all keep going along. So thank you very much appreciated.
And last but most definitely not least, our third Consumer Division honoree is Maria Perez. Maria, will you please stand? This has been a tremendous year for this talented journalist. Last year, Maria was named a winner of the prestigious George Polk Award for Immigration Reporting. She won for her work on Florida's disposable workers, a project which exposed how Florida companies were hiring undocumented immigrants for high-risk jobs and then using a state law to avoid covering them for on-the-job injuries. Maria worked on the year-long project at the Naples Daily News as part of the O'Brien Fellowship with Marquette University and the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Then Maria teamed up with Mike Sala at USA Today to report on a Miami plastic surgery center where 8 patients had died in recent years. 7 of the women who had died were working-class Hispanics and African Americans, groups targeted by the clinic's advertising campaigns. That, too, was amazing work. Maria has now transferred to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, where she covers immigration and social services, and I know she will continue to do an amazing job. Maria, please come up.
I just would like to take a moment to thank Manny Garcia, who is right there in the public. He was my first mentor here, the first person who opened door for me and who believed in me even before I believed in me myself. I also want to thank George Stanley and Greg Barowski in Milwaukee, who somehow trusted me to join their I-team. I don't know if they are having second thoughts now. I hope they aren't. And I also wanted to take a moment to recognize the work that hundreds of journalists are doing across our newsrooms. Despite the difficult circumstances that we are living now, I see every day reporters who start working very early in the morning and they don't leave until very late at night. They miss family time, they go and meet that source who may or may not have a lead for a great story during the weekend. And they do that to tell the stories that our communities need to know in the most compelling way, in the most in-depth way, in a way that they can help our readers to figure out what decisions to make and how they should see the world around them. The journalists I know, they keep pushing, they never give up, and I think we should take the time to recognize that.
Maria, congratulations. What shouldn't mention is also her work on the plastic surgery clinic led to changes at the state government level. So Maria's work has had an impact not only on our readership, but literally on the laws of her last state that she lived in. So congratulations, Maria, and thank you for your work. Our next unsung hero is Kathy McMinn. She's the People team's executive assistant, which means she literally puts up with Dave all the time. Stay with me, everyone. I'm kidding. Kathy is a consummate team player, and she is an exemplary employee in so many ways because she juggles multiple priorities and personalities while supporting the entire group. We'll learn more on the video.
Bacon, butter, and Kathy McMinn. All three things make everything in life better. That's how I describe Kathy. Everything she touches gets better because she's involved. It's not just the work she does with me, but it's the work that she does with my entire team. And probably 80% of what Kathy does, she's not asked to do. She sees things before they happen. She proactively volunteers for things before we need help. She does things because she knows the company needs it, or the department needs it, or even I need it before anybody asks. And that's why she's such an unsung hero to our entire department and quite honestly the company, because she's always one step ahead and always makes everything easier for everybody else. And she's always asking, how can I help? How can I make things better? What can I do to take something off your plate? Every single day, that's the attitude that we get. She shows up every day, positive, ready to go. How can I help? She's wonderful. So a couple of the accomplishments that really stand out for me personally with Kathy over the last year. She led a drive where we collected prom dresses for students in need who couldn't have the ability to have a dress for their prom. So it's those little things like that. We did a food drive. She set up us going to an agency in town to sort food for a day. So it's Kathy's not just what she does in the job description, but also what's outside of the job description that makes our work impactful to others.
Kathy, congratulations. Kathy, keep doing whatever you're doing. Congratulations. Yeah. That's the show, basically. It's Kathy's show. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh my gosh. Our Finance and GPS Awards will be presented by Ali Engel. The Technology Award will be presented by Jamshid Kazini, our Chief Technology Officer, and the Legal Divisional Award will be presented by Andrea T. Shandell, Associate General Counsel.
Thanks, Megan. Our Finance Award winner is Dawn Fisher-Polomsky, Senior Vice President, Financial Shared Services. Dawn, please stand up. Dawn has led an amazing finance transformation over many years, starting with building the Shared Services Center in 2008, the hubs in 2014, and transitioning to certain centers of excellence in 2018. She championed her team through acquisitions that have included TNP, Journal Media Group, and New Jersey Media Group, and she was an instrumental team member in the projects for the implementation of our advertising, circulation, and single copy revenue systems. Dawn always helps get the job done. Her steady manner and solid leadership serve as an example of how to manage during almost constant change. Her contributions to Gannett can never be measured, and she will be sorely missed upon her retirement by me and all of our finance and accounting team. It is a great honor to bestow this award to such a deserving an employee. Dawn, please come up.
Well, as Allie mentioned, it's extra special to me today because I'm retiring in 2 weeks. I've been with Gannett 23 years, and it's just been an honor to work for this company and with so many great colleagues. But as so many people mentioned already today, this award is really about the team and what the team has done. The finance team has gone through great change this year and many years, basically. And I really just can't thank the entire finance shared service team enough. I want to personally thank Lori Locke. I don't know where she is. She's here somewhere. There she is. Just a terrific leader. I'll miss you. I can't thank you for all your mentorship and involvement with the team. And a special shout out to a few people: Diana, Dave, Katie, Lisa, Sandy, Scott, and Renee. Thank you very much.
So both of my winners are retiring, so it's a little bit sad. Next up is our GPS winner, Bill Bolger, Vice President of Operations. So Bill, will you also please stand? Bill has been an outstanding steward of Gannett's production operations for many years. In leading the production arm of GPS, he has overseen providing quality printing and packaging services to our readers, our advertising, and our commercial clients across the country. His unwavering commitment to timeliness, quality, and safety is an example many in our industry attempt to follow. Through consolidations, inventory management, streamlined page configurations, and a variety of other efficiencies, Bill has led efforts that have contributed to more than $16 million in annualized savings just this year. The total cost savings Bill and his team have delivered to Gannett over the years, I don't think I could measure. He has not only led Gannett, but the whole industry in finding new approaches to the manufacturing process. And he has done this while maintaining a positive attitude, leading thousands of employees by example, and by just being a great guy. As Jack Saunders also asked me to pass this message along. Bill, I'm sorry I couldn't be here today, but I wanted to share a couple of brief thoughts. Bill has had an outstanding career with Gannett, and his contributions over the past year have made him a deserving winner of the On Point Award. He is an industry leader when it comes to creative thinking, risk-taking, and setting the stage for the future of the printed product. Congratulations, Bill, on this well-earned recognition, and thank you for all that you do. Bill, please come up.
Just a couple comments. First of all, I've been very fortunate to work with a terrific management team at GPS, starting with Jack Saunders, also Tom Kelly, who's here, and who's departing with me this month or next month also. A couple of the key managers, Jack Roth and Greg Fiorito, who work with me day in and day out, along with our regional directors and general managers across all of our print sites. It's a pleasure to work with those people every day. They know what they're doing. They're professionals, and they're out there helping us every day get the newspaper printed, inserted, and distributed. The second group of people I really have to talk to or thank are all the many hardworking, dedicated men and women who print the paper every day, insert it, package it, and then deliver it for us. These folks work days, nights, weekends, holidays. They come in the middle of the night, they go home, they come back again. They work through events like fires, they work through events like problems we have with equipment. These folks really are the heart and soul of Gannett and the heart and soul of getting the Daily Miracle produced for us. I'm really proud of representing those people and working with them day in and day out. And that's really what I'll miss the most in my retirement. Those people who are so great in this industry, and I want them to continue on with the printing of the Daily Miracle for a long time to come. So thank you very much.
So I think many of us throughout our careers at some point in time have experienced that day in the office, mostly open office setups these days, where we're all sitting intensely at our desks, doing our work, tapping away at the keyboard, talking to each other, and all of a sudden the internet goes down. And literally within a few seconds, people are up from their seats, we're looking around like these lost souls, a state of panic over our face, and everything just comes to a halt. I think it goes without saying that in the modern enterprise, the connection, the connectivity infrastructure and the network infrastructure that connects all of the employees together and all of our hundreds of offices together is literally the bloodline of a company. And that is why I'm especially proud and pleased to present Technology's 2019 On Point Divisional Award to John Van Treese, our Senior Director of Enterprise Networking. John, please stand. And this, of course, goes way beyond just keeping the network up, as they say. We have a very volatile environment, tons of activity all the time. Over the course of 2018 and early 2019, John has led network activity for something like 45 real estate projects. Newsrooms moving, sales offices moving, print facilities moving, and we all know there's a lot of that activity going on. Integration of Reach Local and Gannett networks together, so the sales team, our integrated sales team could connect to applications and training as they needed to. Also during 2018, as part of our cybersecurity program, John, also under the steady hand of Jack Mundy and our enterprise computing team, completely re-architected our wide area networks. We moved about over 200 virtual firewalls, deployed over 200 virtual firewalls, one of the largest and earliest projects of its kind. And also, more recently, John took over our telephony technology, moving all of our office telephone systems to cloud-based IPT systems. In a single night operation, they touched over 12,000 devices. And the next day, we had less than 25 tickets at the support center with issues to resolve. It's all testament to extremely strong technical oversight and leadership capability that John brings to the table. A lot of that is stuff that people that work with John every day know fairly well. There's something that many of them may not know. John, for the last 20 years, has been a IndyCar official, attending many races in the pit, on the racetrack, officiating for IndyCar. So I have a feeling fast cars, fast networks have something to do with one another. So thank you, John, for a job well done. Please come up.
have to find out who dug out that picture for him. As you've heard from most of the others, it is truly a team effort. So I'm humbled to be here. I'm humbled to accept on behalf of the division, but I've had the fortune to be surrounded by some very capable, very bright people through my career, and truly love what I do. I love bringing the team together, and I love getting the mission done that we've been asked to do. So thank you all for allowing us to do that. And I don't keep the internet up, but hopefully I'll keep your connectivity up as to the best of our abilities. But thank you all. Thank you very much.
Our winner from the Law Department is Vince Floyd, Senior Counsel in Labor Relations. Vince, please stand up. Vince is our resident expert in an incredibly broad range of key areas involving employees and benefits. He oversees the company's employment litigation. He's the go-to person for the people division in all of the states in which we do business. That people division, they're really on it today. He negotiates labor agreements with unions. He oversees EOC, wage and hour, and similar regulatory compliance. He's in on most important strategic initiatives, including workplace reorganizations and consolidations. And I also have to mention, he's our expert on union pension plans. In addition to his outstanding legal skills, his calmness under pressure, affable nature, sense of humor, all make him a delight to work with. Vince is always available to lend his rational common sense to matters that occasionally, well, maybe more than occasionally, include personal emotional stakes. And we know Vince has patience to spare. I mean, he's a lifelong Cleveland Indians fan. In addition to all of these superpowers, Vince is the department's entertainer. For each birthday celebrated in the department, the team counts on Vince to play a version of the birthday song, many different kinds of versions of the birthday song, usually from YouTube, from his phone, and the rest of the law department is absolutely incapable of singing Happy Birthday without Vince. Vince, congratulations, and come on up.
Well, thank you, Andrea, for the kind words, and thanks to my great colleagues in the law department. My daughter was so surprised and excited I was receiving an award, and she still has no idea why. But she drew a picture for me, and I promised her I would show it off, so here it is. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations to everyone. Our next unsung hero is Renee McQuinn. She's the senior manager of payroll who filled in for a vacant director role, taking on the tasks of 2 people for like a year. Her nominator said she's a champion that has largely gone unnoticed because, and I know we're all guilty of this, like no one notices until you don't get paid. So she obviously also has a sense of humor. So thank you, Renee. We'll learn more in the video.
Before I joined the company, my role was left vacant for about a year, and Renee was doing both her job and kind of acting as the interim director. I think Renee deserves the Unsung Hero Award simply looking back at the past year, and I look at the depth of work and all of the things she was asked to participate in, be visible with corporate leaders on our team, and to present process improvements and partake in projects. At times, if it was me, I could see where it would have been very overwhelming. And from what I can tell, based on feedback from our coworkers and our partners here at corporate. There is a high deal of respect for her, and I think a high deal of regard for the job she was able to successfully complete in that interim period. So I think she is well on her way to, that next step in her career.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for my paycheck every week. Next, our Marketing and Marketing Solutions Divisional Awards will be presented by Andy Yost and Kevin Gensel.
All right, thank you, Megan. Our Marketing Award winner is Amy Jolly, our Senior Director of Consumer Brand and Events. Amy, please stand. This makes me happy. Amy has displayed incredible leadership, innovation, and resiliency in leading both the West Local Brand Marketing Team and the establishment of the USA Today Wine and Food Experience Tour. The 2018 Wine and Food Experience wrapped up an 11-city tour with more than 20,000 attendees, 300 restaurant participants, and nearly 480,000 bites served. That's impressive. Amy grew revenue for the event tour by 61% year over year and achieved significant improvement in customer experience with 87% satisfaction scores. The events are attracting new audiences too, with 31% of the attendees under the age of 40 and 48% of them who are non-subscribers. She also expanded the tour to 4 new non-Gannett markets: New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. And I have to say, anyone who can keep Martha Stewart happy is an award winner in my mind. So, way to go, Amy. Please come on up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. It really is just such an honor, and I just feel so lucky. Over the years, I've worked for Gannett a long time to be given so many great opportunities, starting with brand marketing and now, of course, trying to grow our event business. We have an amazing event team, and it's not just the event team, but across the organization, we get so much support, and I'm so grateful for that. I also want to just take a second to thank the leaders that have supported me over the years. I'm very, very thankful for that, and the ones that continue to support me today. And last, as many mentioned, we are so lucky in this company, to work with amazing, amazing people that really, truly care about our success. So I'm very thankful for that. So thank you again.
Okay, now turning to the B2B Marketing Solutions team. Our first winner is Shauna Devlin, Vice President of Local Metro in Naples, Florida. Please stand, Shauna. One of Shauna's nominators said, "Shauna not only inspires my heart every day, she inspired me to be the best me I can be." Another nominator said, "Shauna exemplifies what we would expect in an ideal marketing solutions leader. She has consistently delivered leading results across our organization year after year. She's accomplished something many struggle with. Quarter to quarter, year to year, year after year growth. Be still my heart, Shauna." It's one thing to grow one year, but something else to follow that up with continued growth the following year. What impressed me the most when facing headwinds, including large accounts that go out of business, that consolidate, or even in one case, get investigated by the Florida Attorney General, she never complains, she never asks for forgiveness and goal, nothing. She takes her responsibility seriously and builds gap plans and covers the gap. And time after time, she delivers. Congratulations, Shauna. Please come up.
So much like many have said, I don't do anything in isolation. I am very fortunate to stand side by side with very talented sales professionals in Naples. But in addition to the sales folks that I'm blessed to work with, we have colleagues in post-sales that help us retain that business, and we have colleagues in the newsroom that help us enrich the community that we serve. And so just very thankful for the team that supports the mission in totality. In addition, I've been blessed to have people that have fed my career, far too many to mention here, because somebody told me I had like a minute. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention somebody who was in the room, Mr. Bill Barker, who has helped me for many years know when to push harder and when to slow down and when to take a vacation. So I'm very blessed for his mentorship. And then as we all collectively join together to create the heartbeat that is our organization, I would be also remiss if I didn't say behind me comes my why, which is my family and my husband. And even though he's not in the room, I'm very grateful for his support because he powers everything that I do. So thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Shauna, speaking of post-sales, our next Marketing Solutions winner is Chad Rader, Director, Client Success for Automotive Accounts. Chad stood up our automotive client success function across all of our print and digital automotive segments, and in the process has demonstrated exceptional team leadership. Through his investment in client success and people leadership, he has created strong momentum in driving up client satisfaction. And those of you who know dealers, they're an interesting group for us to work with, and they require satisfaction across our automotive product set. Congratulations, Chad. Chad, we miss you today and know that you have a pressing family event, but we will personally make sure that you get your award. Thanks for all that you do. Okay, our third Marketing Solutions winner is Dave Wasserman. Dave, your title has changed since it made it to this screen, but Regional Sales Manager for Reach Local, now Vice President of East Sales for Reach Local. Please stand. Dave, as one of your many nominators said, Dave is the best manager I have ever worked for across a 25-year career in media. He is truly an exceptional leader. Another said, I would run through a brick wall for Dave. I think we're beginning to get the picture. Dave manages about 20 salespeople, and he's always encouraging his team to think outside of the box, and they do. I'm told that a typical day for Dave would leave 99% of other sales leaders confounded, overwhelmed, and breathless. I think you've just thrown down the gauntlet there, Dave. He works seamlessly to teach, coach, and inspire his salespeople, helping them to create and execute killer sales plans, connect with clients, manage operations, and he has time to collaborate with so many departments across the company. Dave, please come up.
Thank you, Kevin. I just want to say, as a first-time attendee, I'm sitting back here and I'm actually blown away by today. Today, to really set a day aside to celebrate individual and team achievements is really just mind-blowing. And so I haven't experienced that in my careers in the past. I've been a long-time Reach Local representative for 12 years. We haven't had anything like this, so I just want to thank everyone for putting this together because, again, it's very impactful. Congrats to the winners today. Regarding me, again, very humble. I couldn't do it either without everyone around me. I've been fortunate enough to have really, really good people around me to support me, whether it's my sales team, whether it's my service leaders, you, Chris, whether it's product, whether it's my Gannett partners in New York and other regions, collaborating together. Just very thankful, grateful, humble to be here. So thank you very much.
Congratulations. Our next unsung hero is Stacy Sullivan, Community Relations Director for the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com. Stacy brings together key players from across the organization to work with a common purpose, and this can be challenging work. But Stacy has proven to be the common denominator, get it, there's a thing happening here, that makes everything work in Phoenix. Stacy convened a team from across the organization, and he launched a planning process firmly aimed at identifying opportunities for cross-department support and communication. The Republic now has the infrastructure in place to capitalize on opportunities from sales, news, and consumer sales. Let's see what his colleagues are whispering about, which is foreshadowing.
What are we going to do about the Stacy Sullivan character?
I just stopped by his office. He's never in there.
You know why that is?
Never in there.
You know why that is?
No.
Everywhere I go in the community, he's there. Charities events, raising money for kids and scholarships. He's smiling and glad-handing people. He's ruined our reputation.
We were supposed to be the enemy of the people.
And he wants us to make us the friends.
How much money did he raise to help charity last year?
$2.2 million. He is a problem. We cannot have him around.
This is bad.
And keep our bad reputation.
What are we going to do about this guy?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, I know.
Yeah.
Let's nominate him for a corporate award.
That might take him to corporate. That might get him out of the room.
I like this idea.
Wow. I don't think they have a category for this guy. I think maybe there's an out for us here.
What's it?
Unsung Hero Award.
Oh.
I've heard some of those people go on to high places. Then he'd be out of our lives.
Yeah. Sound like a plan?
Sounds
good.
Ready?
Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
I told you it was a good video. Congratulations, Stacy. Stacy's also been my boss on and off over the years, so I'm always so excited to see him. Cheer for him, he's great. Our NewsQuest and People Divisional Awards will be presented by NewsQuest CEO Henry Walker and Dave Harmon.
Thank you, Megan. The NewsQuest Divisional winner is Dale Godleman, Sales Director in our Worcester business. Dale returned to Worcester in 2017, having worked in other NewsQuest regions, and instantly had an impact and turned the business around. Worcester's results for the previous 12 months were pretty poor, and Dale's return sparked a monumental shift in staff morale, engagement, and ultimately its business performance. Dale's enjoyed consistent success throughout his career with NewsQuest, but without hesitation, the past 12 months represent his best year in the business. Congratulations, Dale, or should I call you Mr. 100%? Please come up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Henry, for the kind words. Barbara used at the top of the show the words proud and grateful, and I think that in equal measure I'm proud and grateful to be flown across the pond today to be here and to accept the award. But the reality is I'm probably a bit more embarrassed than anything else. Probably for two reasons. A, I've just realised I was wearing exactly the same suit there as I am doing now. And secondly, probably on a more serious note, I'm embarrassed really because the true deserved winners of this award aren't actually able to be here today, not because they're in a pub in Dublin or on safari in Africa, but because they're actually, well, hopefully at this time, the sensible ones are tucked up in bed at home back in the UK, in Worcester, or as the folks in America call it, Worcester. The words proud and humbled are a pretty consistent theme, really, of what's been said by most of the leaders, and any leader knows that they are simply a proxy, was one of the words used, or a byproduct of the success our actual team bring. Genuinely, my team give blood, sweat and tears, and 100%. I am so blessed and fortunate and proud to be part of a team in Worcester. The guys won't be listening, or shouldn't be listening, because they should be in bed, but if you are, guys, this is for you. I'm so proud of you all, and I'll be raising a glass or two for you tonight while you're sleeping. Thanks, folks.
Now back to my American accent. That's hard to follow. It's not Worcestershire. Amazing job. Our People Division winner is our own Sid Vernon, who does an outstanding job of raising the bar for talent acquisition. He works closely with GPS leaders, as you heard earlier, to develop relationships. He understands the business, and he finds creative solutions to attract talent. He even gave a free PR clip in there if you noticed earlier. Shameless promotion. He constantly innovates and thinks outside the box. Sid conducts monthly touchpoint sessions with key leaders. He builds relationships with the local diversity teams, with veterans, military organizations, and he creates and implements GPS diversity hiring campaigns. Sid made great progress on our diversity hiring by increasing our people of color hiring for full-time roles by 12% and females by 11% year over year. He works hard to continue to develop himself and keep up with our ever-evolving industry. So congratulations, Sid. Please come up.
Thank you. First of all, I am truly honored to receive this award today, and I'm sure the choice was not easy. We have so many talented individuals within the People's Division that you could state a case for any of them to receive this award today. After 35 years with USA Today Network, I've seen that it is really true that it does take a village to make things happen and achieve success. In fact, I would not be standing here today without the support of the village that has surrounded me throughout my career. I'm talking about a team of truly amazing coworkers, some of whom deserve a special mention here today. Linda Ertz, my former boss, what can I say? She had a natural way of getting the most out of myself and others, and is one of the main reasons for me standing here in front of you today. And for that, Linda, I thank you. Julie DeRosso and the entire talent acquisition team, by far the best recruiting team I've ever been associated with. Dave Harmon, always there with wise advice, and is a leader in every sense of the word. The entire people team, stand if you're here. 2 words, you guys rock. My direct reports, Ariel Mack and Tawana Uglet, it's my good fortune to have them as part of my team. They go the extra mile to get the job done, and for that, I applaud them. Sarah Kingsley, Linda Petruska, Corinne Byington, and the entire GPS HR business partners consisting of Connie Verbruggen, Norm Geddins, Danny Baker, Donna Johnson, Alfredo Morales, Michelle Eads, and Bonnie Still, all true HR professionals and a pleasure to work with. Jack Saunders and his entire GPS leadership team, Mike Donahue, Steve Wagenlander, Joe Werlich, Jack Roth, Greg Fiorito, Bill Bolger, who is here with us today, Tom Kelly, who is also here with us today. They walk the walk and they talk the talk. Each and every day out in the field with our managers. That's where it truly counts, and it makes a difference. Finally, I give my heartfelt thanks to all of the good folks back home in Westchester, New York, the Journal News, for their ongoing inspiration and support. As I mentioned earlier, the shameless plug, Dave, we are launching a countrywide diversity ad campaign next week, highlighting a few of our internal rock stars. Its central message is this: dream big. My long association with Gannett has been a dream for me and has inspired me to be the best that I can be. I am truly grateful for all the opportunities and the relationships that I have met along the way. But the journey's not over, not by a long shot. As long as there's work to be done, you can count on me to be there to meet the challenge each and every day. And for that, I thank you all.
Congratulations. Our next Unsung Hero video is Ann Ward from NewsQuest Bradford Market. Ann provides great sales support from the sales team, managers and department head. She does everything from running sales reports to planning Asian Life magazine, and provides HR support too. We'll learn more here.
Well, Anne is our office support administrator. It's the person that normally sits quietly behind the scenes. In the last year, Anne has done some really remarkable things. We lost our editor secretary in the summer, and Anne stepped up and took on her duties. She's run a number of projects for us. She comes in at 8 o'clock every morning to run all the sales reports before the sales team come in, to make sure that we're equipped for the day. But the highlight of last year for Anne is her father had a serious operation right in the middle of a big digital multimedia rate card change project. So what did Anne do? No, she didn't pass it over to someone else. She took her laptop home, and while her father was recuperating at home, Anne sat at the kitchen table making sure that the project stayed on track until she returned. That's our Anne Ward. We have salespeople that get regular rewards, whether it's daily incentives, weekly incentives, monthly bonuses, and the administration girls or boys at the back just stand and clap. So it's really great to recognise the people that sit behind the scenes, making sure that the salespeople are armed in all the tools they need to go out and be successful.
Congratulations, Anne! Come on up. Congratulations. Thank you. Next, our product and WordStream Divisional Awards will be presented by Chris.
All right, thank you, Megan. Our product winner is Matt Rowland, content engineering architect on our Presto team. Matt, please stand. Presto is our unified behind-the-scenes digital content management tool that our newsrooms use to publish, create, and share content. We asked Matt to peel back the layers of complexity of the Presto platform and increase stability and create space for new feature development. Matt unified and inspired the team as they listened to past challenges with the platform and considered downstream implications for any changes they made. Together, they came up with solutions, which included providing enhanced planning and alerts management. This has enabled our newsrooms to do more with fewer resources. Matt was a catalyst for these improvements, and Matt is one of those people that has constantly said, you've got to have him on your team, he'll just make things happen. Well done, Matt, please come up.
Thanks. I'll keep it brief. I joined content engineering about a year ago, and in that time I've learned that the team is amazing and what we've been able to accomplish is great. And there's a million other people out there on other teams that have supported us. So this is really just a testament to how well the entire division works together. So thank everybody.
Congratulations, Matt. Our WordStream winner is Elisa Gabbert, Director of Content Marketing and SEO. Elisa, please stand up. Along with Elisa, the WordStream team is new to the Gannett family, and Elisa's team produces at least one piece of new thought leadership content every business day of the year. Last year, WordStream won the 2018 Content Marketing Award for Best Blog, which is produced by Elisa's team. Last year, WordStream.com averaged 1.5 million unique visitors per month, which was an increase of 31% over the previous year. Along with paid advertising, the traffic generated by Elisa and her team led to 44,000 sales qualified leads, 2,800 new customers, and 25% annual growth. Outside of work, Elisa is a poet and an essayist. And that's a fun word to say 5 times, essayist. An author of 4 collections. Her work has appeared in The New Yorker, The New York Times Magazine, The New York Review of Books, The Paris Review Daily, Harvard Review, and more. Elisa, congratulations, and please come up to accept your award.
Thank you.
As Chris mentioned, we just joined Gannett last year, so this is all very new to me, and it's a big honor. I do want to thank my manager, Laura Taylor. We've worked together for almost 9 years, which is crazy. We've been through a lot of changes and challenges together, and I've learned so much from her. Our CEO, Howard Kogan, who has been incredibly supportive of me, and of course my team, who's holding it down in Boston. We are not a news organization, but this is our biggest news week of the year, so I trust them completely to handle it without me, and I couldn't do it without them, so thank you so much.
Congratulations. Our final unsung hero of the day is Connie Kang. She's the Director of Insights for the product organization. Connie, your nominator said many great things about you, but right now we're going to share one. They said, give her any problem and she will think with you to find a solution. And I think that's special. We'll learn more here.
Connie's a great data scientist. So not only is she very strong with analysis, predictive model, things like that, but she's also a fantastic communicator. So she's able to explain very deep, complex processes, analyses, things like that. And she's also very good at communicating with members of her own team and also the teams that she collaborates with. She's an inspiration to all of us, really. Over the past couple of years, there have been a lot of features and functionality and projects that we wanted to work on, but we really just haven't had the mathematical and analytical capabilities to do so. But with the help of Connie and her team, very recently we brought to market some very innovative and cool AI-driven features that are really driving positive results for our search product. So we're very excited about what we've done and what we will be able to do in the future going forward with Connie's help.
Connie brings a whole new level of firepower to our digital media arsenal. She's even been able to optimize our own award-winning optimization, making our search and social products higher performing. Connie, everything you touch makes our products better, and for that reason, you are our digital media team's unsung hero.
Oh, I was going to shake your hand. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And now coming up to present one final surprise is Maribel Wadsworth.
From time to time, there are contributions so significant that they require special recognition, such as last year's CEO Special Citation for the Indianapolis Star's incredible USA Gymnastics reporting. Today, we recognize the contributions of a 30-year career with a special Chairman's Award for a Lifetime Achievement. That award goes to Vice President of Community News, Randy Lovely. Randy recently announced plans to retire. He has helped to shape this company in many important and lasting ways over nearly 3 decades. Randy's first job out of college was as a reporter at a small, then Gannett-owned newspaper in Sturgis, Michigan. Since then, he has served in roles of increasing responsibility in places including Fort Myers, Shreveport, Palm Springs, and Phoenix. And then in 2016, we were lucky enough to persuade Randy to leave the desert. And more importantly, we managed to persuade his husband, John, to cross the Mississippi River. So I thank you for agreeing to cross the river, John, and I thank you also for being here with us today. Surprise! Randy's deep understanding and love for community journalism helped fuel the USA Today network and truly brought the idea of one network to life. He has been an unflinching champion for our local newsrooms, even as he's helped to lead the charge in unifying our 109 local newsrooms, and USA Today into one mighty powerhouse nationwide network. He has been a quiet force behind the scenes, ensuring that great local ideas are recognized and amplified by our flagship USA Today. And he's been a champion of revelatory journalism that has changed lives and shaped our nation. So it was no surprise that on his watch, the USA Today Network earned 3 Pulitzer Prizes last year, all for work originating in our local markets. Randy also has been at the forefront of other important work, such as creating the regions that make up the USA Today Network and pushing for diversity of voices in our newsrooms and in our coverage. Today, the USA Today Network boasts the most talented and diverse local leadership news team in the country. And this commitment to diversity is not new, but rather part of a lifelong commitment. In fact, in 2010, the Associated Press managing editors recognized Randy with the prestigious Robert G. Magruder Award for Diversity Leadership. Randy's contributions to journalism are too great to number, but it's important to note also that his commitment to a strong partnership with his advertising colleagues sets a high bar for collaboration and community leadership. I know that of all the many adjectives and accolades that we could heap on Randy, there's one he treasures above all others, and it is what I am grateful to call him, true friend. Randy, for all that you have done in an amazing 30 years, we thank you. Please come up and receive your well-deserved award.
Okay, so that was a surprise. Over more than 3 decades, I think my career represents what is best about this company and the people that work here. As Maribel said, I started at a very, very small paper owned by Gannett in Sturgis, Michigan, with a newsroom of 8 people. And then ultimately left our local markets leading our largest newsroom in Phoenix. So that's a pretty incredible journey. And I've had the incredible pleasure of working with so many immensely talented journalists. What they do every day inspires me. I actually got choked up listening to the story of the amazing work in Reading last summer because it is incredible, the commitment to the sacrifices that our journalists make in service to their communities. The last 3 years have been incredibly remarkable, and I appreciate so much the support I've gotten from Maribel and Bob and others, and I'm so proud of what you all have accomplished. Your words are too generous because no one person could bring together this network in the way that it has come together. It's because everyone wanted it to happen. And I leave feeling so proud of all the work that everyone has done, not just in the newsrooms. I tell you, I get to work with great professionals across this organization, from marketing to sales, consumer sales, product, marketing, everyone. It is amazing what we all do. And so I leave thanking all of you for all you do. And I leave you with the words that I say to journalists all the time, and that is, we win with quality. So thank you for quality people.
How about one more round of applause for Randy? So as many of you who know me know, I like to sum up the day, and we're about halfway done, so hang in there. So whenever we go to these meetings like this and award ceremonies, there's always lessons to be learned, and I'll start with what Randy just said, which is the best thing about this company, Gannett, is the people who work here. And I couldn't echo that more, so Randy, thank you for that. A few things that I picked up along the way today, Dave. Your team will run through a brick wall for you, so that's about the highest compliment I think you can get. On a serious note, though, Alan Jones started off talking about none of us have accomplished anything of significance by ourselves, and that seemed to weave throughout the day as people talked about and were thankful for their awards. Michael, you spoke to helping communities connect, act, and thrive. That's what we do. That's the core of who we are. John talked about loving what he does, and it's about the mission and the team. Chasity considered an honorary Canadian. I think that may be the best award of the day, so congratulations to that. Joanna, knack for bringing out the best in her team, right? And if you listen to most of the speeches today, these awards were for individuals, and none of them used the word I. They all spoke to their teams. Sid, you talked about being able to count on you, and we appreciate that. We do count on you. Chris, 28 direct reports. I, like Kevin, do not recommend that at all. Not a model for success going forward. Vince, you probably pulled the emotional piece of the day by pulling out the picture from your daughter. That's awesome. Something to remember. Silas, you talked about standing shoulder to shoulder during the darkest hours with your team and how the network really works. That's what this is all about. That's what this day is all about. So thank you for that. Mandy talked about making clients feel comfortable. And how did she make the clients feel comfortable? She was buttoned up, right? And they go together. Jessica, the entire thank you speech was about 4 minutes. And it was about we and everyone else for 4 minutes. There was not one I in that speech. And that talks about all of the winners today. That's how everybody feels. So that was wonderful. Maria recognized the work of the journalists across our newsrooms and how special they are. And Bill, you said, and congratulations on your retirement and chasing those 6 kids around the country. You said you were fortunate to work with us. Well, I just want to say this, we're fortunate to work with you. So thank you for that. As I said, we're about halfway through the day. I would be remiss, as Maribel stated, that from time to time there are contributions that are significant that require special recognition, such as Randy Lovely, and that's a wonderful achievement, Randy, so hats off. But I'd also be remiss if we did not take a moment to say thank you and recognize another 30-plus year career employee for her contributions to Gannett, our communications, and specifically to this event today. So what can I possibly say about Laura Dalton? Well, this amazing woman has been an employee of Gannett for nearly 32 years. She's often referred to as the Wikipedia of Gannett, a consummate professional, as we all know, who has done so much for every single day, for all of us every single day. She's worked for numerous CEOs. She's navigated through lots of transformation, and she has seen it all. She works tirelessly and always has nothing but good things to say about everyone. We did some announcements earlier this year, and we're trying to get Laura to help us out, and she was on vacation with her family. She actually changed her flight so she could help us out. That's commitment. Laura's set to retire at the end of the month. I'm not close to retirement yet, but I'm getting antsy with all these people retiring today. We did want to acknowledge her amazing tenure and thank you for your amazing career here at Gannett. We're so lucky that we've convinced Laura to keep roaming our halls a bit as a consultant, and we're glad that we don't have to say goodbye just yet. But as the driver behind these great awards, and as the scriptwriter for everything that you heard today, and a great partner to me and all the employee communications, thank you, Laura, from all of us. We truly thank you and wish you the best in your next chapter. So please stand up. So again, please join me in giving a big thank you to all the unsung heroes, finalists, winners, and even the people who nominated today, because it takes a lot of effort to make this all happen. So for everybody that made it happen today, a big thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you to all of you watching, and for those of you here in Tysons for attending this wonderful event. Thank you, Megan. As always, enlightening. An amazing job emceeing the program. We truly appreciate it. I hope you've all enjoyed as much as I have. This has been a great day. It's probably one of my favorite days at Gannett every year. For those of you in Tysons, please join us for a reception in the lobby to further celebrate our honorees. And for those of you not here, feel free to celebrate in whatever pub or lobby you're in, and you can celebrate as well. So have a terrific evening, everyone. Thank you very much.